as we know, slavery took place in the South. It didn't go out to Arizona and nothing like that. It was Mexico at the time. So I said, "Woo!" I said, "Y'all so hot out here. I know for a fact slavery didn't make it this way. I guess the books are true." I said, "Cause ain't nobody been picking cotton this type of heat." And then the whole crowd just fell out.
I'd like to introduce myself. I don't believe that we have ever met. I think that we could hit it off so well. Let me paint a picture, you and me together. I'd like to introduce myself.
Hey guys, this is Mark,
This is Austin.
and welcome back to Life with Rojo.
Man, we got a great show coming up today. We're super excited to have comedian Jay Flake with us. And man, we're just honored that you took some time to be out here with us, especially you just got done with your Nate Land showcase, man. So we appreciate you coming out today.
Yeah, I appreciate the invite, man. It was surprising when I seen it in my DM because I do get a lot of crazy DMs or whatnot. So when you guys sent me the message and gave me the credits of who all you've been talking to, I said I got to for sure carve out some time to make this happen.
No, that's awesome, man. We appreciate you coming on, and we've had a good time. And man, I've been watching a lot of your stuff, and I think that if people don't know of you yet, they're gonna need to know of you after this because, like, man, your stuff's incredible, and I think your comedy holds up with anybody. Like, it's awesome.
Oh man, I really appreciate that, man. Thank you for that. That build a wealth of confidence because I sure didn't feel that way about 2 nights ago when I had a show.
I'm sure there's some days like that.
Yeah. I'm glad I got out the way because I said the day I've been having too many good shows in a row, and I said
Right.
the bad show was coming, so I'm glad I got it out
Right.
the way.
Right.
Hey, that's good. Sometimes, who was it? Mark Twain has that quote. If you eat the frog first thing in the morning, then the rest of the day gets easier. So you got the bad show out of the way, and
For
now
sure.
now these other ones are coming.
Right now I know I'm coming with straight heat after this now.
Right.
Right.
No, but so one of the things that has been out recently and just came out 2 weeks ago, I believe, 3 weeks ago, is your Nate Land showcase.
Right.
And I'm gonna tell you, man, my whole family loved that. We were all watching that, and we ended up watching it, I think 3 times. Like my
Oh
kids
wow.
loved it, my wife and I loved it. So it like hit for all ages.
Oh man, I appreciate that. I'm glad y'all really enjoyed it. I'm glad to get
Yeah.
that feedback. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, my boys are teenagers, and when you got teenagers and adults really enjoying it, because usually when I'm trying to say something funny, they make fun of me or whatever, and mess with me about it. But like they loved it.
Yeah, and I'm glad your teenagers enjoyed it because mine, they was like, "You ain't that funny for real."
Now, your kids are like hardest critics, you say, or what?
No, my wife is the hardest critic. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I appreciate it though. She keeps me humble, and I used to complain to her. 'Cause I used to be like, you come to a show and the whole room would be laughing. I'm looking you eye to eye, and you just sitting there with your hand on your face, like whatever.
Right.
But she told me, then she's like, "I'm doing that because I'm studying the room." She was like, "I will look over the room, see which jokes they laughing at, which ones they not laughing at, see what you need to cut the fat on or whatever." So after she explained that to me, then I'm like, "All right, cool. I just know now
Right.
when I'm on stage, not to even look in your direction. Find out where she's
Right.
sitting at and not even look in her direction."
Dude, my wife's like that a lot too with things, and I mean, it's so good to have that help. But sometimes when you make the look that direction, it's tough. Like,
Yeah.
so I come from like a pastoring background,
Hmm.
and I'd be preaching this big event, and people would be really into it and just really enjoying the message and everything. And I look at my wife, and it's just stone face. I'm just like, what? Like,
Like, I'm getting feedback from everybody, but
right.
you look like you hate me.
But that's the thing, man. I think it's so good to have a wife like that though,
Oh
that
yeah.
helps you in those kind of ways. Because man, if I didn't have her, man, I'd be a mess.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Get somebody who's gonna give you that true honest criticism. You know what I mean?
No, so like with you, man, you got to be like the busiest man around. I mean, I know you've been on tour with Aaron Weber, and
Yeah.
you got your own shows, and
Yeah.
you're doing all kind of different things. But then you also have three daughters, right?
Hmm. Yep.
and you're married, and you also ref a lot of sports?
Yep. I referee all three: basketball, football, baseball. Yeah, here in Tennessee, that's how we recognize. The rest of them, you can do an athlete work.
Right. No, that's true. So do you use some of your lines like and keep witty with some of the kids? Because I feel like my favorite refs I've ever had are the ones who will be joking with the kids and everything too.
Yeah, I do. I joke with the kids. I joke with the coaches if it's not a close game. I
Mhm.
joke around with them a little bit, have a little bit of fun out there. Cause man, when you officiating, you gotta have that, man. You gotta do that. Because the parents, it's never time really to have fun with them because they take it so serious. And
Right.
I'm like, man, these are 8-year-old kids that's gonna be trying to play PlayStation or the Xbox when they leave from here. You're gonna be the only one still mad about this game.
Right.
Soon as
Right.
that kid get that slice of pizza and an orange, they ain't thinking nothing else about the game they just played.
Oh yeah, my
Right.
kid's favorite part was the snacks, you know? Like
Right, right. Don't even know if they won or lost. They just
right. No, that's so true, man. I was sitting here watching one of my son's
Mhm,
basketball games this week, and
mhm,
there's a guy that like he's probably 3 seats over from me on the bleachers, and I'd never met him before, but basically the cheerleaders would do their cheer, and
yeah.
he would know like one of every 7 words. So he would do like that one word and then just another word, like so random, and he'd be real loud. And like you're just sitting there watching the game, and then you just hear him scream one of their words in your ear. And dude, it was the most random thing. But like, I feel like he sings songs like that too. You know, like the song we go and he knows like that one word every once in a
Right,
while.
right. Every 2 bars, you know 1 word of the song.
And he thinks he's getting it too. Like, like he's like, "Oh, you hear me?"
That's no,
I guarantee he got a kid that used to be a cheerleader or one of the girls is his daughter that's on the cheerleading team. Cause I got one of my dogs is a cheerleader as well. And that's how
Mhm.
and they be like, you gotta learn to cheer. And it'd be the simplest cheer, but I'm telling you, I never learned all the words to the cheer. I'm
Right.
almost like him. I just know like 3 or 4 words. And then after that, I'm just screaming. I ain't even saying
Right.
nothing.
Now, do you feel like, being a comedian and using humor kind of helps to lighten the mood sometimes, especially during like the stressful games, like with the teams or the coaches, or sometimes does it not land like you wish it did?
Sometimes it'll land, and then sometimes it digs a deeper hole. Cause they be like, you're not even taking this serious. I mean, I am, but I'm out here for like, especially if it's like a baseball tournament. It's like
Mhm.
I'm
Right.
taking it serious, but I'm also out here for like 3 more games. Like
Right.
I'm not finna
Right.
be like this for 4 or 5 games that I'm working, just this super serious stone face the whole time.
Right.
So um, I try to keep it where I'm busting jokes with them, but I'm not too friendly at the same time. Cause what
Mhm.
happened is they get to thinking y'all friends and then it goes off the ledge. So I try to
Right.
just make it, y'all relax. This cool. This is, summer baseball. Even if it's the beginning of the high school season or something like that,
Mhm.
just relax. It's the beginning of the season. We just trying, you don't know where you're gonna be at yet, but when we get to playoffs and stuff like that, I kind of just keep it cool or whatnot. But the games is like not so serious. It's like a non-district game or something like that. And I know they're gonna beat up on the other team. We go out there and have a little bit of fun.
No, that's good, man. So one of the things with reffing, like, do you have certain teams that get you a little better snacks? You know, like
Hey,
trying
you
to warm you up a little bit?
you definitely have that. You definitely have some schools that won't give you nothing, but then you
Mhm.
got some that'll lay it all out for you. They'll put you in a locker room with a shower, give you towels. They got ribs and chicken wings before the game, and like it's some schools that do it up, and then there's some schools where you got a Snickers bar and a Powerade, and that's all you getting. So I will say this: if you doing a private school, they're gonna
Mhm.
lay it out for you. You know what I mean?
So do those ones go quick? Like, I don't know how refereeing works, but like my idea of it is like there's this little portal that they're like, "Hey, we need a ref for this game this night," and then you guys sign up for it on your calendar. Or do they go to you directly?
Yeah. So we go to we got an app called the Arbiter, and then
Mhm.
they just assign like baseball. We don't have crews. Like I can work randomly with anybody when it
Mm.
comes to baseball. So with baseball, they just go if you put your availability on the calendar, and then they just assign you games. You know, let them know what times you work and can't work, the days you can and cannot work, and they assign you the games. Football is a little more different because it's only 1 or 2 games a week.
Right.
I'm usually assigned to a crew, and then it's
Oh,
just me and that crew. So it'd be me. I have a crew of 5. So if we doing a 7-man crew, they just add 2 more people on. But me and that crew usually doing every game all the way throughout to the end of where we ended in the playoffs.
oh, okay.
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 Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. So, all right. So $3,
Mm-hmm.
comedian
Yep.
and referee. All
Yep.
right. So which
And
one?
hold on, and still working a full-time job.
Oh, and working a full-time job. My goodness.
Dang.
Dang,
I thought
man.
that was your full time.
Yeah, I was like, no, that all sounded full-time to me. Like, no, that's great, dude. Man, I need
Yeah,
your
well,
energy.
here's the story behind it. So,
Yeah, let's hear it.
all right, the story behind all of that is basically I used to work for television, a cable company or whatnot. I'll leave them nameless. And I just had that one job. I wasn't doing nothing else. I wasn't and it's kind of rolled until I got started with comedy though. So, at the time we didn't have 3 kids. We just had 2 at the time. And they just came in one day and just was like, we moving this department out of state. And it was like, if you can come, you can come. If you can't, you can't. I'm like, what? And it was like, yeah, this it. Like, just talk to HR. And then, if you can come to where we going, you can. If you can't, you can't. I'm like, yeah, we in that process of buying a house, our first home.
Right.
So it was like, there's no way I can just up and leave. I got a family and stuff. And that was the third time that I've been laid off like that, where they just come in and just be like, this is it. And after that, I was like, no. So I picked up officiating after that because I had went like I probably went. I thought it was gonna be real easy me find another job, but you learn that sometimes you overqualified, and when people think you overqualified, they won't even give you a chance. Like they just won't give you a chance at all. Now, and I went on interviews where they basically told me that, like, yeah,
Right.
I think you might be overqualified for this, so I don't think we're gonna be able to pay you the money. And I'm like, I'm just trying to get my foot in the door.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah, a
just
lot of
let
times it
me
seems like yeah, like one of those things like they're worried you're gonna leave real quick, because
right.
you are so qualified, so
Yeah. And I understand it, but at the same time, if I'm telling you like, hey, I don't mind starting from the bottom because that's how I've
mhm,
always done jobs. Just let my foot in the door. So in the job, so that's what ended up happening. I start off at the bottom, and I'm, they move because I'm qualified at this new job, but they moving around from department to department. I end up training with somebody, and I'm in there just cutting up like I used to do. Like I told you how I do with refereeing, just making jokes, easing it up, because training, everybody
mhm,
been through training and it's boring and
right,
terrible.
Right.
And so this woman said to me, she was like, you know what, you missed your calling, Jay Flake. I said, what's that? She's like, you should have been a stand-up comedian. I was like, I didn't miss that calling. Like I can still do that. It's still comedians out here just, touring is 60 some years old. Like I can still go out and do that. So that's kind of how I got started with that. I went to an open mic. I told my wife, she went with me. I said, if I can have half this crowd laughing, I keep doing it. If not,
mhm,
I tried it and I'm going back home. And
right,
I had probably about 75% of that crowd laughing off them 2 or 3 jokes that I came up with.
mhm.
And I just been doing it ever since.
That's awesome,
So
man.
so the risk of a job laying me off is why I got so many jobs.
Right, hey, makes sense. Now how long ago was that you started the comedy, that open mic night?
It was 9 years ago.
Oh
Okay.
wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Dude, that's
That's
awesome, man. I
awesome.
love that.
Yeah. So like are you on the comedy side, are you staying pretty booked up now? Or are you still like
Yeah,
having
I'm
like
I'm staying between my shows and on the road with Aaron. I'm staying booked
yeah.
up. I'm staying pretty booked up. So even like this week I was off. So I just kind of chilled around the house some. But I mean, I still get sometimes like I'm sure today's Thursday. I'm sure I would get a phone call or text message either tomorrow or Saturday to do some shows at Zany's. I'm sure. It happens every time I'm off. and I'm gonna go up there. I'm gonna work some new stuff, and we gonna keep it moving.
No, that's great, man. Zany's is done. So I've been to a couple shows there, and
Mhm.
man, I enjoy going out there. We're here near the Comedy Catch,
Okay,
so
Yeah.
out there in
we
Chattanooga.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, we go to a lot of shows out there, but I've been to a few at Zany's,
Mhm.
but no. So one of the things I'm thinking, all right. So you've got, like I said, the three daughters. You've
Mhm.
got the comedy. We're not gonna talk about the full-time job right now, but we got that, the comedy, and the officiating.
Yep.
Which one is more tiring? An hour of shopping with the girls, an hour of officiating, or you doing a, let's say, 30-minute set?
Ooh, I say an hour shopping with the girls ain't tiring, but it can be frustrating. So,
Right.
cause that's the one where I'm spending money and not making any money.
Right.
Right. Right.
I would say if I'm doing football, I would say an hour officiating football. If it's two teams that does no huddle, I would say that's more tiring than any of the three.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I see that.
So at my son's game, one of his games this past week, it was a road game. It was like 2 hours away somewhere in Alabama,
Mhm.
and
Mm.
it's near Talladega. So that I don't remember the town it was in, but it was right next to Talladega.
Yeah.
And I go out there, and the coach is like, "Hey, can you keep the scorebook?"
Oh, you told me about
And
this.
I'm like, "Yeah, I mean, I'll keep a scorebook, but I ain't ever done that, right?" And I realized that I was the most important person at the game.
Oh yeah.
Like, I got the refs coming to ask me stuff, and I've got, like, the coach coming to ask me stuff. I can tell a kid if he's out of the game or not. I'm like, 5 fouls, I don't like you. I mean, whatever
Yeah.
I want. Like, and the thing is, there was so much pressure, and I have ADHD, so I'm trying to watch every little piece of the game,
Yeah.
and I was just like, dude, like, it was the most pressure I've been under. I've led companies, I've been to war, and all kind of stuff, but I never felt as much pressure as keeping that scorebook.
Oh yeah,
And
that's a big deal to the officials and the coaches now, because we gonna ask you who won the last jump ball, how many
oh
is the
yeah,
scoreboard right, how many timeouts they get, how many they saying this person got 5 fouls, what's showing in your book, because we don't keep up with the fouls and stuff like that.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah, you are a very important piece of the game.
and the refs even come up and sign the book to make sure, like, I guess the roster's set or
Yep,
whatever. I'm
yep,
not trying to add some names in,
yep.
and but the thing is, the guy just handed me the book, and there was a minute and a half left before the game started. He didn't tell me anything about it, so I'm having to do it all off the cuff, and I didn't know what I was doing. Man, I was so nervous.
You're better than me. I just went through marking stuff. That this feels right. This feels right. I don't like you. You need a haircut. No.
Give a kid a foul because of his haircut is crazy.
Your mama didn't bring the good snacks. Huh? This ain't your game, buddy.
And look, and the crazy part is if you did that and we went over there and asked you, be like, yeah, he had 2 fouls. I'd be like, I don't remember calling 2 fouls on him, but all right, if you say so. And I would have kept it going.
Yeah, I was just surprised by how much pressure that was. Like, man, I got so much respect
Yes.
for those people. So
Yeah,
because
and I say this, I've seen coaches and fans give the score bookkeeper all type of grief because sometimes that person is keeping the scorebook and running the clock. Now
right, right.
you talking about some pressure. You got to run the
Yeah,
clock and do that. Like that's a lot of work.
they knew I wasn't at that level. So that was above my skill set.
I feel like you always fool yourself in situations like that.
Yes, like that
Right.
stuff always
You
happens.
walk in, they're like, "Oh, he can do it," and you don't
Yeah.
even know who you
Right.
are.
That guy looks smart. Like, hey, give it to
He looks trustworthy. Yeah, he's got glasses on.
Man.
him.
So, but yeah, tell me a little bit about this Nateland showcase. Like, how did that all come about? I mean, I know you're an incredible comedian. You're in the Nashville area, right?
Right.
So I know connecting with everybody with Nateland and everything. But like, man, Like, the special was awesome, and, like, how did that come for you to kinda be part of the Nateland family?
So going on the road with Aaron would kick that off. So
Mhm.
the first time we went on the road, we went to Ketchikan, Alaska to do a show. And I did 30 minutes for him. And he was like, I didn't even know you had 30 minutes of clean comedy or anything like that. And I
Right.
went up there and rocked it with him in Alaska, did, a great show with him. And that kind of kicked me off being on the road with him. And that kind of just, with him being on the podcast or whatnot, they kind of just rolled me into that group. So when we opened up the lab, which is the second part of Zany's, Zany's has two rooms. You got what we call the big room at Zany's, which is the old room. And then
Mhm.
next door is what you call the lab at Zany's. So Nate runs a Nate Land Live comedy show every Monday in the lab. And I worked it one time. And then the next week after the next month after that, I hosted the entire month. So that kind of just rolled me into that group or
That's
whatnot with Nate Land, and then that rolled into the showcase, which y'all be the first people I'm saying out in public, which I didn't know was a bigger deal as it was at first, because I've done the Nate Land live showcase. So in my mind, we was doing the regular Monday live showcase. And I walked in there and I seen like all the cameras and the producer, a guy in the back, like, yeah, we going to camera 3 right now. Make sure we got the light on in the background. I said, it's this one.
Right.
So I went and I rewrote my whole set right there in the back before I went up. I had no clue in the beginning that's what it was.
right.
Wow.
So I said, I'm gonna go back and rewrite this set, scratch what I was gonna do, because I was gonna do some new stuff and try to work some of that out. And I was like, nah, I'm finna hit them with my hottest ones,
Right,
for
right.
Right.
this amount of time. So that's how it came about. Everybody loved the showcase
Oh,
that
yeah.
was there. Uh, so it's great to get the feedback, because I hadn't really been. I mean, I've been reading the comments and stuff. The comments is the comments on YouTube. But
Mhm.
when people actually come up to you and say it, then it means a lot more. So,
Right.
Right.
like I said, I appreciate that feedback, and it's great hearing it when I'm on the road with Aaron. Some people who's already watched it. It's great hearing their feedback as well. And then some people who hadn't watched it, they just say, "Hey, I love the set you just did. Where's more of your info?" I'm glad you
Right.
asked. Here's a sticker. Go on YouTube, type in my name, watch the showcase on the way home.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome, man, and that's crazy that you rewrote the, set list, like, in the back because, I mean, it looks so polished, like, I would've thought that you've been doing that same exact, set for, like, a year or something and just, it was so smooth, like, how you transitioned and everything, like, it was awesome.
Yeah, those are jokes I have been doing for a while. I
Mm,
just put them in a row to work the way I wanted to work in the
right,
back. So I just had a a new set I was gonna do, but then I was like, well, for
right,
what's going on, let me pull out some of these old ones and put it in the way it needs to format. I just reformatted it and put it in the way it needs to flow back there. So it was real stressful for that moment. I ain't gonna lie, I was super nervous
right.
when I walked out there until I got that first joke off, and then I was like, "All right, we good, let's go."
I was about to ask you, what was that pressure like when you realized, whoa, this is not what I was thinking it was? I mean, I can only imagine.
I was in the back sweating bullets. I was in
Yeah.
the back sweating, but they called my name. I'm walking up there. I had just wiped my head from sweating, and my heart is beating through that shirt. And like I said, but once I got that first joke off and people laughed, I was like, "We good." I like we
Right.
good now. So I still do get nervous before every show until I get that
Mhm.
first joke off. Then I'm like, all right, we
Right,
good.
yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. Would you say is that the hardest part about doing an act, like just trying to make sure that first joke lands, or what's the hardest part like for you? You feel like when you're going up there on like a new stage in front of a new crowd?
The hardest part is just when you going from city to city, in my mind, it's like, all right, I hadn't been here before. I don't know how they're gonna accept these jokes that I have or anything like that. So the hardest part is, depending on where we at, is what joke I'm gonna say first. Cause I do try to tailor like the first joke to wherever I'm at, and then make it flow from there. You know what I mean? So, um, where is we? I forget. We was somewhere like super. We was in Phoenix. We was in Phoenix doing a show, for example, and that weekend it was like it was hot. It was like it wasn't unbearable hot, but it was like one of them situations where I can only be outside 15 minutes and I'm going back in.
Right.
Like it was one of those situations. So I
Go
said, let
through
me
a last
start out.
house.
Right. And so I was like, how I'm gonna start the show off in Phoenix. So as we know, slavery took place in the South. It didn't go out to Arizona and nothing like that. Mexico, it was Mexico at the time. So I said, y'all so hot out here. I know for a fact slavery didn't make it this way. I guess the books are true. I said, because ain't nobody been picking cotton this type of heat. And then the whole crowd just fell out. So I was like, all right, we good now. I got them on my side. Let's go.
That's great.
No, that's good, man. So when I was in the Army, I was about 2 hours from Phoenix,
Mhm.
and it was one of the hottest places in America. And no, I believe it with the heat, man. It's insane
Yeah,
out there.
they got dangerous heat. And it's dry would make it better. What make it worse, I mean, is it's dry. So
Yeah,
so when it do hit you, like if heat exhaustion hit you, it seemed like it just hit you all of a sudden.
right, right,
Instead of like being here, we had so much humidity. You walk outside and your
mm,
body say, "Nah, go back inside."
right, right. Yeah, we got warning signs out here.
Right.
No, but that's the thing though, like, with it being that miserable out there and you got all those people laughing, that's incredible because I wouldn't think they'd be happy people out there. Like, I made this
Mm,
choice to move out here and,
You would think, but they enjoy it. There's a lot of retired people out there way, and they enjoy it. I'm like, it's way too hot.
right.
Way
It
too
is
hot.
how you preserve yourself once you hit a certain age. The heat just kind of keeps you.
I guess. I guess
Right.
so.
I've
Hey,
always wondered that. I was like, "Wow, all these people in Florida or these places that are hot."
Yeah,
I'm like, I guess the heat just, I don't know. You
and the
just,
yeah, because
it's like,
when you get older, like my grandma, she used to keep the heat on even in the summertime. It had to
dang,
heat like 90 degrees for she turned the air on. If it's like
right.
75, she like got the heat on to me. It's cold. No, it's not.
dang. My grandma, she wouldn't let you turn on. She had one AC unit in her living room, and it'd
Oh
be
wow.
95 degrees outside, and you turn it on, and she still felt like she was in the Great Depression. She's like, "You gotta turn that off. We're gonna run up the power." I was like, "Man, Mom, you don't even pay your power bill." I'm pretty sure my dad pays your power bill. We can turn this AC unit on. But no, she was having it.
No, my dad, like, when I go visit him, it's like that because, it'll be 85 degrees in there, and then I'm like, "Dad, it's hot." Like, and I'm working, I'm helping him build something or do
Mhm.
something, and then he'll turn on a ceiling fan. I'm like, "Man, I need more than that." Like,
Right,
It's just a
right.
tease. That's just a tease.
That ceiling fan ain't doing nothing.
right.
Like, you feel something, and then it goes away. It's like, I don't think he's working.
No, so, when I was in the Army, I, decided to coach Little League baseball. I
Mhm.
didn't have any kids at the time, and my wife came on to be the team mom, do drinks and snacks and stuff. And, so my coaching staff, it was me, and then I got a guy who knew nothing about baseball, but he was fast, so he was my speed coach. And had another guy who knew a little bit about baseball, so he, was just the infield coach, and I had a pitching coach,
Mhm.
and then we had this one dude who every time we played, he just showed up drunk. So, he was a coach, but I'm not sure what his, name was or anything, like, he didn't really have a title. And and so we would go out here and all these other little league teams will have like one coach, and maybe a
Mhm.
dad or something. And we're sitting here like six deep on coaches. So we're doing this and I first game I have this kid who can crush the ball, right? And
Yeah.
they're probably about 9, 10, something like that. But no one else on my team could hit. But the other kids couldn't throw strikes. So I'm just like, hey, y'all don't swing. And then when you come up to bat, you hit it.
Right.
And, it worked great for us, right? Like, I mean, we won every game, but people were like, "Oh, you're cheating, you're not letting these kids swing." I was like, "If you saw them swing, you wouldn't let them swing either." So, this he gets on to me, and at this point, I'm in the military and everything, and this guy's like, 19, college kid,
Mhm.
and walks up to me and's like, "Hey, you gotta make these kids swing." And I said something to him. I don't remember what I said. I ain't cuss at him or anything like that, but like I said something and he started crying.
What? Yeah, he need to be umpire.
Yeah, and the umpire was crying.
Was it the drunk guy or no?
No, no. The drunk guy
I
was
was like,
next to the cooler. He was leaning on the cooler, but
Yeah, right, right.
but no, this umpire started crying, and I was like, "What? Like, what is your problem, dude? Why are you even here?" So
Right.
then he ended up like leaving. I never touched him, never yelled at him, anything.
Yeah.
I'm just talking to him, and so then the next game that we played and he was umping, he just walked off the field.
What?
He wouldn't ump like with me being there, and I was like,
That's
"Man,
crazy.
yeah." I was like, "I won't even yell at people or anything." So that was a really unique umpire situation that we had.
Yeah. Yeah, if you can't take that, yeah, don't umpire, bro. Like that ain't for you. Cause I've been yelled at. I've been called all type of names and all crazy stuff been said to me. And as my mentor said when it come to officiating umpire, well, you don't have to take the abuse. You got all the tools. Like you can use the tools of, hey, I'm restricting you to the dugout if you get too crazy. And then if that don't work, hey, I'm gonna send you to the parking lot. That's it. Like
Yeah.
it's that simple. So, but you got to have a reason though. You just can't be a hothead about it. Uh,
Right.
so I let most of the coaches live for a while. Before I say anything, I'm so cool, calm, and collective because I tell anybody if you got kids, you can officiate a game. So with all the nerves that my kids get on my last nerve, and I'm kind of cool and collective. You have for me to say something you have went beyond the threshold of what most officials will let you go. Cause I had some of them be like, why are you take? I was like, I'm not paying attention to him. He just, he just over there yapping and don't even know what he's talking about. So I just keep on going. But if you just keep going, I'll say a little something to you. And if you keep going, I'll restrict you to the dugout or I'll throw a flag. And then I got like the coolest way of ejecting you because I'm going to make you look stupid because I'm not going to make a scene. I just walk over there and coach, let me talk to you for a second. They're like, what's going on? I need you to make these calls. Hey, I just want to come over and let you know I'm going to need you to go ahead and leave the park. What you
Mm.
mean? So I'm talking calm and he's,
Right,
face
right,
red and screaming. Now coach like the bad guy instead of me. So
right.
But
No,
I wish I could have talked to that young fella. You crying and that's all he said to you.
yeah, it was really crazy. Like I've never dealt with an umpire situation like that. And um but but no, so when I go to games and I'm watching them, I feel like the moms are usually worse than the coaches.
Well,
Like
let me
cuz
tell
they're
you.
out there yelling stuff and
The last game on the off week, I was here on the Saturday because I don't get to officiate as much now, with
mhm.
being on the road and shows and stuff like that. But I got a chance to officiate 3 weekends this football season. And the last game I had, let me tell you, and if you watch me being on the podcast, you heard it. The lady up there, now this was 10-year-old football. The lady said during the game, because I'm the closest one to that sideline, she said I was fat. She said I was ugly. She said I don't get paid nothing but $10 per game I officiate. So I'm mad and cheating the kids. Then she said, me and my wife didn't make love last night. So that's why I'm out here mad at everybody and cheating the kids. Then she told me I left my contacts at home, which I didn't. I had them in. And then and then she took a picture of me and said, I'm gonna report you to whatever association. I said, she talking about the wrong association. So I was like, and that was one mother. I've
Jeez.
had I've had mothers during baseball games. I had mothers cussing out other opposing teams' fathers. I've had two mothers almost go to blows. And when it comes to that point, I got to stop the game and talk to it don't make sense that some games I have had to stop the game, turn around and talk to the parents and be like, hey,
Right.
nobody's out here for y'all.
Mhm.
we're out here for the kids. Why are y'all fighting and about to come to blows between each other? And the kids don't even have a problem with each other.
Right.
Right.
It's like, what are we doing? And since you have coached before, you might agree with this. The younger they are, the worse the parents are.
Oh yeah.
Because 9-year-old, 10, 11, 12, the seats are full. People are arguing. It's high intensity no matter what game it is. And I want to be like, hey, UT is not out here signing not one kid, okay?
Right.
But then I get to junior high and high school games, and it might not be enough people in the stands to support the team.
Right. Yeah, so I coach at an inner city school, baseball.
Mhm.
And here in Chattanooga, for our inner city community, baseball is not a popular sport, but we have RBI league and things like that where we're trying to
Right.
build up the popularity of it. And so I mean, I've been to some games where we might have 3 people in the stands, and I brought 2 of them. And
Right.
so that happens a lot. But this past year we got a lot of really good parent support. So this was our first year having, like, pretty full stands on our side for the
Good.
parents. So that's been awesome. So the parents have been getting really involved in it. But I think a lot of it too is like parents have this thing that, like, oh, my little boy's gonna make it to the major leagues or something. And then by the time that they get 11, 12, 13, 14, they're realizing they're not. And then they're like, okay, I'm not gonna bother going to the game anymore. He's not as good as I thought he was. When
Or you run across that one kid that's already 6 feet tall, is 12 years old.
Right.
Right.
Like, so these are the kids that go major league? Yeah, my
Right.
kid is not gonna be there.
Yeah.
Right.
When your kid's 4'11" and the other one's 6 foot, I mean, so
Yeah.
That's
You
when you see the
you know.
band. It's like, hey, try playing the trumpet. Try a drum. Try this instead.
He be like, hey, he be like, college might be the furthest this kid will go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
right.
But support, I mean, I think that regardless of your kid, if you think your kid gonna make it or not, I believe all parents should be out there supporting. Because
Oh
I
yeah.
officiated some games, football games, where the crowd the attendance has been so low that because we usually have radios. When we
Mhm.
said, hey, we're not speaking on the radios, you just run your call in or our conversation, because if you talk too loud, everybody gonna hear what we talking about. And I turn around and counted in the stands at like the second quarter during the timeout. And
Mhm.
now on that one particular side I was on, it was maybe 15 parents, and it was like
Oh wow.
it was like 40 some kids on the football team.
Jeez.
Wow.
And that's the thing that's hard for me, and that's why I reach out to all the parents at my school, and tell them I'll tell them, like, how much it meant to me to have people support me when I played sports and
Right.
what it's gonna mean for their
Right.
kids. So I think that the parents are understanding that and really trying to be a support. But yeah, it's heartbreaking when kids are out there without somebody watching them. So
It builds confidence in the kid. Even if the kid know they're not great, but if they parents are watching that, then those 2 or 3 times during the season that they make that good play, it builds their confidence in them.
I had this one kid last year, and I was first base coach, and he was coming up to bat, and he had his dad, grandpa, mom, and a couple of his aunts sitting over there. And I was like, "All right, come on, granddaddy, you got this." And they're like, "Granddaddy," and they're like, "Why are you calling our baby granddaddy?" I was like, "Watch him run after he hits it." And so he hit the ball, and he ran like, those really tall guys that are still trying to play hoops a little bit when they're about
Yeah.
50, late 40s, something like that.
Yeah.
They got to be above like 6'4", because if you're above 6'4", your knees are just going to be
Yeah, they
gone.
got the bad
You know?
knees or whatever, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And that's how he runs at 11, you know? And they're like, "Oh, we see why you call him granddaddy. We never seen him run." I was like, "Y'all need to get this boy running off the video games."
That is hilarious.
So,
Well, I
but
tell
yeah,
you what, when I play Little League, me and my third grade teacher, her son, we played on the same team, and she would call me Forrest. If I hit the ball and took out, she would just yell, "Run, Forrest, run!"
that's awesome. But we just watched that movie again the other day. We watched it
It's
this
a good
weekend. I
movie.
hadn't seen it in so long. So
Amazing film. That is an
oh,
amazing
yeah.
film.
Good.
But it was funny because, one of the lines that he says is Forrest. My son's like, "Man, I hear Woody in that," from Toy Story because that
Yeah,
was
yeah.
really their age, so I was like, "Yeah." But, no, so, with balance, how
Mhm,
how do you find good balance with, working a full-time job, being a family man, but
mhm.
then also, having this comedy career and I know you're not officiating as much, but still balancing everything, like
So what I try to do, I try to make as much balance as I can while I'm in town. So if I
Mhm.
know if I'm gonna be gone Thursday, Friday, Saturday, come back Sunday morning, I try not to do too much. When I get back in town on Sunday afternoon. So usually I'm around the house Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And it's kind of like whatever y'all want to do during that time, we'll make it happen. Or some Sundays when I get back, instead of laying down, take a nap or whatever, it's like, all right, whatever y'all want to do, let me at least, get in here, shower up good, give me about 30 minutes to sit down, and then we can go out to eat or do whatever it is we need to do. Uh so I try to do the balance like that as much as possible. Or like this week, I know I didn't have any shows. I'm going out of town. Me and the wife, we got date night tonight. So, I
nice.
try to make it, I try to make it work because I know next weekend I'll be back on the road again. So, while I'm here, I try to make as much out of that time as I possibly can.
No, I think that's huge because, I think a lot of guys like, that work just regular jobs and not, on the road or anything, sometimes they struggle with the work-life balance. But hearing how someone like you can, that, you're working, you got the family, and you're on the road a lot of weekends, I think that that's an encouragement to a lot of people to, really prioritize that family time when you have it.
Yeah,
So,
you can't be tired. That's what I say.
right.
Even if I am tired, I can't be tired. I gotta make that time up. I got if this staying up to watch a scary movie with the kids or whatnot because two of my kids are into scary movies. So if we got some on Netflix or a new movie come out, I try to take them to movies and watch that. We'll stay up late and watch some on Netflix. Now chances are I'm probably gonna fall asleep before the
Right,
movie over
right,
with, but they don't care. They was like, "Dad was
right,
watching it with us, even though he did fall
right,
asleep."
right, right.
That's so,
Do they ever get to travel with you when you're on the road at all, or they usually just stay back?
no, well, I mean, if they did, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I might be breaking even with the money,
Right.
I got you. I got valid.
so
Yeah.
right now, not as much, but maybe when we get to a certain level,
Right.
Maybe
Right.
another
I
showcase
bring
under
them
my
out with
belt.
me a few times. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I understand that, man. And that's the thing. It's like when I'm able to go out to eat with just because how old are your daughters?
The oldest one is now my jokes, they are younger in my jokes, but the oldest one is 23, 16, and 12.
Okay. So now you're having some times where you can just go out to eat with your wife because the girls
Yes,
might be doing
sir.
right?
It's the best thing going.
Isn't it isn't it amazing how cheap it is when
Man,
just
when
two
you
people go out to eat compared to the whole
yeah,
family?
yes, cause when you take the whole family out, it's like, all right, let me move some money around. We got some extra money.
Right.
It just it's just her and I. We can order appetizers if we want to,
Oh yeah.
Get a sweet tea and dessert.
right. Yeah, we taking the whole family. It's like don't nobody ask for appetizer. You get everything to get a free refill. Don't ask for
Oh
nothing, go get a
yeah.
free refill.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm even worse, man. Like, I was like, "Hey, once y'all got outside of kids' meals with the free drinks, we getting water. I'll buy you a 2 liter of Coke at home if you want." So my
that
kids will look at me
that
when
is
we're at a
crazy.
restaurant
That's
and
how
they'll
it is
see
with
what
the
my wife
kids
and I
meals
ordered.
though. That's how
Right,
it is
right.
with the kids meal. They give you that apple juice or the milk or whatever. Like you
Yeah,
want
right.
another one, it's gonna cost you.
Right, right.
Listen, my grandma,
Little
she
kids, the thirstiest people on earth. Like
right. That's why my grandma, she'd order a water and like a bowl of lemons and then all the sugar packets. And she'd be making her homemade lemonade at the same. And I'm like, Mama, we can afford a 250, lemonade. You get a she goes, "Oh, that's too expensive. I want they got these free lemons." I'm like, "Okay,
I
ma'am, I'll
mean, she telling the
lemonade."
truth. 250 for a
Right.
lemonade is
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
crazy.
Right. Right.
Well, now you have, those lemonades that have all the different flavors, like, they'll come out to
Oh
our
yeah,
school once in a while and
Oh,
do
yeah.
those flavor one and they're good, man, but they're like $5, $6.
yeah.
Jeez.
Lemonade one of the cheapest drinks you can make, and they
Yeah.
yeah. If I mean restaurants will tell you we get our money off of drinks. They
Oh,
will.
yeah.
I remember I saw a guy on Instagram. Matter of fact, today, and he had the 3 Starbucks cups. He filled them up with ice. He put one in the small, and just poured it in the medium, and took that out the medium, poured in a large, and it filled up all 3 cups.
Right. I've seen that before.
I said, that is crazy.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I think it was 2 weeks ago, I took the boys to Zaxby's.
Mhm.
I paid 60 something dollars for them and my wife and me, right?
Mm.
Might have been close to 70. Then this week, my wife and I went for lunch to Zaxby's. It was $17. I was like, I hadn't paid less than $20 for food, and I don't know how long.
It's crazy how that works when the little humans involved. Your ticket
Yeah,
goes up crazy.
yeah, and they eat so much. Like my oldest son, he's a firefighter now. He's 18, but
Mhm.
he just got on with the fire department a couple months ago, and
Congratulations to him. That's
yeah,
a
yeah.
hard job to get.
No, I'm proud of him. He went through this 10-week school for it and everything, and
Mhm.
Mm.
down in near Macon, Georgia. So, but yeah, so he's doing it. He's loving it. But when he's home, for the 5 of us, we have to order 4 pizzas.
Oh,
When he's
wow.
gone, we can do just 2 pizzas.
Yeah.
This man eats 2 pizzas every time we order pizza by himself. The whole rest of the family eats 2 pizzas. And Jay, dude's like 6 foot, 170 pounds with like 5% body fat. Like, I don't understand this.
Hey, when you 18, when you a boy and you 18 to 23, we
Right.
can eat how we want to, and the pounds just they don't go anywhere. But I'm gonna tell you, as soon as I start having kids, it starts sticking to me for whatever reason. I don't know what happened. It's hard for me to lose weight now. I eat one sandwich and there go 5 pounds.
Right.
So what do you do to stay healthy, stay in shape? I know you're doing a lot of running with the reffing, but so what are your tips?
Reffing used to keep me in shape. I gotta find a new
Mhm.
way of doing it now since I'm not reffing as much. But I got a gym membership that I ain't been to yet. So I do walk around the neighborhood. Usually when I'm on the road with Aaron, we will find a place to go hike, which is kind of fun. And then
You
I
said
do
kind of fun.
Kinda fun. It's not real fun, but it's kind of fun.
it's kind of it depends on what the hike is. We did a hike one time where I ain't gonna lie, I got so tired, but I didn't want to show how tired I was. So we literally climbed up a waterfall. I don't know how we did it, but we did. And we got to the
Right.
top of that waterfall, and I laid there on the ground, and I was like, "Hey, fellas, we just gotta take in the beauty of what God has created out here." Really, really, I'm catching my breath, but I'm just
Right.
I'm like, we just gotta take in what the good Lord has created on this beautiful day, and I'm laying there dog tired.
You're like,
Uh,
"Look at God." Check.
but usually I'm like right now I fast. I eat. I start eating at 12 to 8, and then I won't
Okay.
eat again until 12 the next day. It's just water after that. If I don't catch nothing, if I don't get nothing to eat after 8, it is what it is. I'm just scarfing down water to 12 o'clock the next day.
Right. No, that
Yeah.
intermittent fasting's good. Like that's something that we both do a lot of. And right now, him and I are on a just complete fast, just water.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So and he's a bit of a caffeine
It
addict.
ain't good. It ain't
Uh,
good, Jay. I have never felt like I've been in detox before until I have now. I don't know how long I've gone without caffeine for like this long. And I've only done 2 days, and I'm like, I don't
Yeah,
know if
well, I
I'm a
mean, I say I used to work with a lady who used to drink Miller Yellows every day. No, it's Mountain
Mhm.
Dews. I'm sorry. She was addicted to Mountain Dew, and she had stopped drinking. That caffeine was so addicted to her. She said when she stopped, she started getting headaches and stuff like that. And the only reason why she kept going because she got on the scale and realized she had lost 5 pounds when she had stopped drinking them. But she said she was having headaches. Her eyes and stuff was hurting. Like that caffeine was. I didn't know caffeine did people like that. I had no
Right,
clue.
right.
Oh, yeah.
He's experiencing all those same
Listen,
symptoms.
I walked in here today, and I was like, "I'm so tired, Mark." Like, I don't know why I'm so tired. Like, I slept 10 hours last night, and I woke up tired. I was like, "Why am I tired?" That's why I'm chugging water, but
Yeah,
man.
man.
No,
Hey, chug that water, stab that caffeine, man, and you might get your nice little lady out here. Breakfast might have you a lady, man.
Right,
yeah, Jay, we've been trying to find him somebody.
I'm gonna throw my Keurig out when I get home, if you think that's gonna help. That's better than Brian being the wingman, I'll tell you what. If I just had to
Hey,
stop drinking
that's
coffee, I'll throw
that's
the Keurig.
definitely. Look,
That's the
Brian gonna have y'all at bingo. You can be looking for a lady at bingo, messing around with Brian.
I was gonna say I'm not gonna say 'cause it's gonna be recorded. No, never mind.
Mark will be like, "Can you record tonight?" Nah, it's bingo night. We gotta change nights. We recording.
Then we gotta go get some more poly grip
Yeah, we
for the
we have to change the recording night.
Meemaw's got a pudding night tonight. It's
Hey,
tapioca. We're
at
gonna eat a
least you
bite.
get the senior discount when y'all go out to eat.
Right,
Hey,
hey,
we're gonna hit that Golden Corral buffet at 4:30.
That is hilarious.
no,
Well,
but
well,
next time you're in the
are
chat,
you
you'll
on
get it.
are you on the dating sites? Are you on what you?
No. I've tried
Nah,
those no. Nah.
yeah, just meet you a nice woman at the Publix or at church or something. You know what I mean?
At
Let
the
me tell you, Publix is
Publix.
where it's at. You just
Yeah,
walk
Publix
around,
where
the
it's at.
salad aisle about 3 or 4 times, they come up there grazing. So you just circle around the lettuce and the carrots.
He said circle around the lettuce.
And then when they reach their hand out, they got a ring. There's mine. You just gotta watch out. It's like,
You just watching for the
watch when
reach.
they grab for the lettuce, for the spinach, you know.
That's hilarious. Oh,
That is something though. Pub subs, man. I think that's the best place to get a sub, like of chain places.
That is the best place to get a sub sandwich.
yeah, we just got some public subs last night. Yeah, yeah,
You ever
they
get
they
those chicken tender ones? They put so many
good.
chicken tenders on there.
I said we had a Subway next door to our Publix. I'm like, skip the Subway. We going.
Right.
If you want a sub, you get one from Publix, and it's delicious. Especially get that little what they got the little deli sauce or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
They put
Mhm.
on. Woo,
Ooh, the buffalo chicken
and they got
tender.
that fried chicken.
Mm-hmm.
That
Listen,
somebody grandma back there cooking that fried chicken. At Publix.
Oh yeah.
she's been making chicken for a long time, and their wings too. You ever had their wings?
Yeah. Yeah. It
Mm-hmm.
looks-
Mm.
That's like what's that place in Nashville? Loveless Cafe. They had that one lady that used to make those biscuits, and
Oh man.
she's passed away now. But man, those are the best biscuits you're gonna eat. Like I'll go through so many of those.
And they just bring them out, and I'm like, I ain't even hungry anymore. Like I'm eating this
Right.
food because I ordered it, but I done ate so many biscuits sitting here.
Right.
I want to try. I'll be in Nashville next week.
Oh
for a
yeah.
week
Yeah.
for work. I want
Yeah,
to try
hey,
the
go
cafe.
go to Loveless, man. Loveless is man, it's so good, so good.
Check
So,
it out.
so what's your favorite fried chicken place in Nashville? Like I like Hattie B's, but
I go to the
I haven't
original.
been to a lot of
I
them.
go to Princess. I go to Princess Chicken, the original hot chicken maker, Princess Chicken.
I got to go by there because
Okay.
last time I was there, somebody told me about that.
I'll go there this
Yeah,
week. I'll be there next week. I'll go by there.
Princess Chicken is good. They got a new model now. Is they got a little famous so they got different levels. It used to just be mild, hot, extra hot. That's it.
Mm,
So now
Okay.
they changed it where you just get plain, mild, medium, hot, and they go up to like the 3X.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know what your heat level tolerance is, but I usually just get the hot or the extra hot.
Yeah.
Now, because the extra hot is not what it used to be. The extra hot I used to not be able to handle.
Mhm.
But they got the levels different now, so I can kind of handle the extra hot. Um but Prince's is the original. They got good. I like getting the breast quarter or I get the whole wings.
Okay.
The tenders are pretty good too. And they got a couple of sandwiches, and I hadn't had the sandwiches because I'm just stuck on the original way of them doing them.
Yeah.
But they got good sides and all that good stuff. So yeah, it's they got a couple of locations
Yeah,
here
I'm
now.
gonna have to
So,
go by there.
Let me check it out.
yeah, check out Prince's. Check out Prince Chicken. They make it fresh to order. You know what I mean? So it's not chicken just sitting up there waiting on somebody to order. Nah,
Right.
you order, you gotta sit down for a minute because they making
Right.
it fresh
Yeah.
to order.
Now my favorite pizza place out there is Slim and Husky's.
Yeah, Slim and Husky. Some guys went to Tennessee State University, man. So I remember when Slim and Huskies first opened up too, man. That Slim and Huskies is a amazing pizza spot.
Mhm. Oh yeah. No, I love that place. But well, tell us a little bit about what you got coming up, so everybody can know where you're gonna be heading.
Coming up, I will be in Tulsa, Oklahoma next weekend, on the road with Aaron for a little bit. And I don't have the rest of my schedule sitting in front of me, to be honest with you.
No
But I
worries, no
know
worries.
but I know we'll be in Tulsa next weekend. So anybody out there listening to Tulsa, Oklahoma, the Black and Mild tour, the unofficial, what I call the unofficial
Right.
Black and Mild tour, will be hitting the city. So come check us out. You can check out my website, jflakecomedy.com, or you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook, Jflake Comedy. And I'm always posting my schedule and stuff on there as well. So, but I know for sure Tulsa's coming up, San Diego, California, and San Francisco, California is coming up. I don't know the exact dates, but it'll be in December. We'll be out there. We'll be hitting Edmonton, Canada in 2026, and a few other places in 2026. So,
Oh, that's
matter of fact, for my Tennessee people, I'll be in Knoxville next Thursday. So,
okay.
so check that out. Check out my flyer. It's at I'm doing like an independent show at a comic book store. So, uh,
Okay.
every once in a while I do step outside the clubs and you might catch me at an independent show now. So I
Right.
aim to, I still like to sharpen up stage time and stage time. That's how I look at
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
man.
one of the things, we need to get you out here. So what we're starting, and actually, December is going to be our first one.
Mhm.
Is we're doing some clean comedy shows here. Like we live in a little town about 30 minutes from Chattanooga,
Okay.
and we're having a
What?
clean comedy show. And John DeToy's coming,
Okay.
and his wife Paula. They're coming to do a local coffee shop here. And
Gotcha.
then we got some different venues for different sizes based on need.
Mhm.
But man, we'd love to set up something
Yeah,
to have you
man.
come out here.
Yeah. Let's make it happen. Yeah, we can make that happen for sure. I'll come out there. What city y'all live in?
It's Trenton, Georgia.
Trenton, Georgia. Okay.
Yeah,
So y'all in that little spot where it dips down to Georgia, then come back up to Tennessee.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Got you. Okay. Okay. I don't know exactly where y'all at, but I know around about where you at. Yeah.
Yeah, so to get to like Nashville, it's about 2 hours.
Got you. Okay. Yeah, that's no problem. We got a Trenton, Tennessee. You said Trenton, Georgia. Hold on. We got a Trenton, Tennessee.
Right. But no, man, we'll definitely set something up.
Yeah.
And man, we appreciate you coming on. And everybody check out Jay. Like y'all are gonna.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you can see he's hilarious from this, and y'all are gonna love his comedy. And he's incredible. And tell them where they can tell them where they can find the Life with Rojack.
Think you just had a stroke for a second.
My bad. Hey, I haven't eaten in 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have
Yeah,
caffeine. I'm
hey, look,
sleep.
I'm gonna tell you when I used to do, because every once in a while I do like y'all, I go a day and a half without eating at all, and my kids they told me, say you so mean. Can you give us a heads up when you about to do the 24-hour fast because you are mean.
Right.
So I'm trying my hardest not to be mean. So like I've been behaving so far.
I
you
try
can
not
find
to.
us.
I'm like, what are y'all talking about? I'm not mean. They be like, you don't realize it, but after like hour 20, like your attitude changes.
Well, it is funny because so my full-time job, I'm a teacher, right? So I
Uh-huh.
teach at the school I coach at, and by the time I got into my last class today, they came in being loud.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Y'all, we're not gonna have this. Like today's not the day." I was like, "You can mess with me on another day, but today's not the day. So I need y'all to be quiet. I need you to read. We gonna work on reading today. You gonna read something new." Yeah, and a couple kids are like, "I don't read that well. You gonna read well after today, because that's what we're doing. Read to your stuff."
Read slow. I don't care how fast you read. You're just gonna
I was like, "I
Um,
don't care if your eyes are open when you read,
read.
but read, okay?"
yeah, that's how it be sometimes, man. Shoot.
Man, shoot. But yeah, find Life with Rojo on all social media platforms. Jay, we appreciate you, man, coming out. It's been fun. It's been a fun hour getting to talk with you.
Yeah, it's been fun. I appreciate y'all and happy Veterans Day, Mark.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for your service. And let's make it happen again one day. And I'll come down there and do sling some jokes. You know what I'm saying? Just hit me
Yes, sir.
up.
We'll do it. We'll do it.
Yes, sir. We'll have you come out. Appreciate it, man. Y'all have a good one.
All right, thank you too.
Hey, this is Mark. I just want to let you know some exciting news we have. First, December 11th, 7:30 p.m., we have our first clean comedy night. It's at Corner Coffee in Trenton, Georgia. The tickets are $30 each, and they are selling fast. We've only got about half the tickets left, so if you want one, you need to go ahead and pre-order. You can see everything on our social media to see the directions on that. Also, we have it's an exciting merch store. We're putting new merch out every day. We got a whole Thanksgiving line right now, but you guys just check it out and check out and help support Life with Rojo. Love you guys.
I'd like to introduce myself. I don't believe that we have ever met.